What's going on, everybody? It's Bush Jesus, and we're back with another Scrap Mechanics Basics video. So today we're going to be doing this trailer suspension. I'm sure there's probably an actual name for it, but I was just messing around with different suspensions on my trailer, and I ended up making this, and it worked surprisingly well, like very, very well. So I'm sure there's probably other tutorials on YouTube for this, and there's probably a proper name, but I just kind of made it, and I'm just going to call it trailer suspension. So we're going to be swapping out this side of the trailer. So as you can see, this is what I had going on previously, and it did its job. It drove on the road perfectly fine. But then once you started getting up into the off-road kind of terrain, then it very quickly stopped doing its job. So we got this, and that's working well. So what are we going to need to build this? The parts list should be on the side of the screen now. But yeah, we're basically going to need 9 T-pipes, 8 straight pipes, 12 bearings, 4 big wheels, or you could substitute it for different size wheels depending on your purpose. 3 small bend pipes or corner pipes, and then 3 off-road suspension, or again, you can substitute it for a different suspension if, depending on your purpose. And the part amounts will vary depending on what you're attaching it to. For example, you can put a straight pipe in between the curved pipes just to keep everything a bit more even. You can really just mess around with different parts, but for now we're gonna take off this old suspension. I can't even call it suspension. We're gonna take off the old wheels really quickly here, and then what I had to do was actually, due to the way these mount onto the side, I did have to actually put down some pieces of wood. So just keep that in mind. They don't attach to the bottom of the vehicle, they attach to the side. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And so we're going to go ahead and put down 2 of our bearings. So that's going to go here and here. And then we're going to put down a corner pipe there, there, and there. So there should be a 2 gap in between the outside pipes and the center pipe. And again, you can mess around with different spacings for different applications, but that's what seems to work best for my vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and attach the suspension. Okay. And this is currently just level 1 suspension, but I did level up those ones to level 2. So I'm going to do that quickly, and then I'm going to put them to max. But again, depending on your application, level 1 might be suitable for you. All right. So I'm going to lift that up a little bit, and then we're going to grab the T-pipes, and we're going to rotate them so that they are facing outwards. Just like that. Very, very simple. And now we got to go crazy with the bearings. And we're going to attach a bearing to both sides of all of these pipes here. All right? Simple enough. And then we're going to go back to the T-pipes, and we're going to attach it like that. So we want it facing the back. We're going to do that on this one as well. And then we're going to come to this one, do the same thing, so they are now facing each other. As for the center one, we're going to put T-pipes down as well, but these ones are going to be going like that. All right? So just like that. No problem. We're going to take our straight pipes. We're just going to connect those. All right? We're going to do the same on the back. And now, mind you, if you're planning on painting your suspension, you're going to be wanting to paint the bearings as they go down, because you can't paint the bearings after something is attached to both sides of them. So you're going to want to be painting the bearings as you're placing them. I've completely forgot to paint the bearings on every single one of my vehicles so far, and I'm going to have to go through and dismantle the bearing or the suspensions completely and repaint them or paint them. But so to continue on, we're gonna then go bearing, 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 bearing. So there we go. You can see just how simple this suspension system really is, because now all that's left to do is put your tires on. Actually, sorry, that was a close one. You can put your tires on now, but we do have to remember that we need to weld these together. Otherwise, it's going to be a little saggy. It's going to be a little floppy. Yeah, it's not going to work too great if you don't weld those. But yeah, so we basically just go around and attach a wheel to each of these bearings. And voila. Our suspension is done, and you can see just how nice that works. Let's give this suspension a test drive. And so you can see, for me, it does stick out on either sides here. I'm gonna go ahead and go first person because I prefer it. So it does stick out a little on either side for me, which I am 100% fine with because my front wheels also stick out. And the wheels don't get in the way of the trailer doors or anything. If you would like a tutorial on how to build this this trailer, just let me know in the comments, and I will make it happen. It'll also give me a chance to paint on the suspension and everything. Same with this front cab pulling it. It's all double wishbone suspension. You can check out the video on how to make that. And yeah, let's give this a drive. I absolutely love this vehicle. All right. You're getting a little bit of frames that can sometimes happen when some things are too close together. But as you can see, zoom out even further, you can take really sharp turns, you can go up hills, and the suspension stays right there with you. Let's go over a couple of these rocks, shall we? Oh yeah, this would be a good test right here. Look at that. Now, I never said I was a good driver, but the suspension is definitely doing its job. Oh, beautiful. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this tutorial. If there's anything you would like to see me do next, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I will likely do a video on building each of the vehicles that I have. Probably do, a couple more suspension videos, because there are a couple of different suspensions that are very, very helpful to know when you're starting out in the game, because suspension isn't really one size fits all type thing. If you slapped, for example, this trailer suspensions just on like any vehicle, it's not really going to perform the greatest. It's going to be a little wonky. Plus, those ones don't steer. I did figure out a way to make a version of those that suspension that turns as well. So I didn't have a use for it on this vehicle or any of the others that I have. But if you would like to see how to make that, I can definitely do it. I'm missing the glass on the top of my vehicle. That's a shame. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Let's just full send off this cliff, because that's what we do. Beautiful. All right. Later, guys.